So, a ranch style home or a Cape Cod style? I'm doing a compare and contrast of both home styles coming up next. Hey, so what's up everybody? It's Bob Dzienis from eXp Realty. Hope you're all doing well, and thanks so much for tuning into my channel today. I really appreciate it. So if you want to know about all things Bergen County or Northern New Jersey, make sure to click that like button for me, but also subscribe, because every week I'm going to have new videos about anything and everything Bergen County as well as Northern New Jersey. So today I'm going to be talking about two specific home styles, a ranch style home as well as a Cape Cod style. And what's interesting with both of these home styles, there are actually some similarities, things that they have in common, but there's also some major differences as well. So my goal today is just to give you some background on both home styles. I'm also going to talk about the advantages as well as some disadvantages with both. And then I'll give you a little bit of perspective of both home styles here in Bergen County as well as Northern New Jersey. All right, so does that sound good? Excellent, so let's go. So first up, let's talk about the ranch style home. Usually, most of the time when you hear ranch, you probably think of a single level home. And some ranches sometimes can actually be kind of an open concept look and feel inside. So you might have walls that are not there anymore, right? So you actually might have specific open concepts. So you might have the kitchen open into a family room or a dining room. And the reason you might have some open concept opportunity is just because you don't really have anything above the ceiling. Basically, you just have the attic space. So you don't have further weight that's coming down on top of that first floor with other bedrooms above it. So it really does present some opportunity to just have some open space, maybe open dining room, open concept. What's also appealing about a ranch is you just have a nice long, lower pitched roof as well. Another architectural detail is you'll have larger windows typically at the front of the house, maybe even a bay window. And almost a standard staple of a ranch is a walkout sliding door, typically either to a patio or maybe even to a deck, depending on the type of ranch that it is. A ranch can typically be a rectangular shape. You have various sizes, but you actually might see a U shape, kind of like this. Or you might have an L shape, which would have one part of the house like this, and then another part would jet out. Could be a garage, could be an extension. Sometimes with a ranch too, you might have a finished basement. It could be one single level, but you also might have a basement. Sometimes it's finished, sometimes it's not. And in that situation, that could be something called a raised ranch, where that basement area could actually have maybe some other bedrooms, maybe a rec room, for instance, a laundry room, storage area, that kind of stuff. That walkout ranch opportunity where that basement, that full finished basement, or that basement area that might have bedrooms, you also might have a sliding glass door that takes you out to a patio to the backyard. Another common architectural detail that you'll see with a ranch is an attached garage. Sometimes it could be a single garage, or it could be a double garage. All right, let's talk next about a Cape Cod style house. And here's a trivia question for you. Guess where the name of a Cape Cod house style came from? Ding, 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 absolutely. These actually originated in the Cape Cod area of Massachusetts. Very common style in the 1700s into the 1800s. And this architectural style was really popular because of the cold winters that Cape Cod gets, Massachusetts gets. So what are the typical details that you'll see with a Cape Cod style? First off, you'll have a single level where a majority of the living space is contained. You'll also see a staircase that will bring you to an upstairs area. When you make your way up the stairs, you'll see either some finished space or maybe some attic space as well. A common feature of a Cape Cod are dormers. You might see gabled dormers, which are sometimes those windows that you might see on each side. It's very symmetrical, and you'll see on each side a window that kind of jets out from the roof. And a lot of times what you'll see is people will actually add on using a dormer, which is just an extension that could come off the back or the front of the house itself. So Cape Cods were a very common style back in the 1700s, 1800s, and they really made a resurgence here in Bergen County as well as many places actually, just because it's a great starter home potential. Cape Cods tend to be a little bit more compact, so you might have some smaller rooms. There might be a central chimney and fireplace as well, and the thinking behind that was just to kind of contain and make things smaller for those cold winters that were experienced in the Northeast. Having everything centralized or kind of contained in that space really helps conserve heat, and that's why they were built that way. Usually with a Cape Cod, you're not going to necessarily find, let's say, really high ceilings. They tend to be a little bit lower. But a common trait that you'll see with a Cape Cod is it's a much more sloped roof. And the purpose of having a really sloped roof is so that snow could easily kind of be removed from the roof area itself, and it wouldn't be weighing down. So a few different styles here with a Cape Cod. The common architecture is typically a door in the center. Sometimes it might be off, but if it's in the center, you'll see a half Cape, for instance, which will have windows on both sides of that front door. Then there's a 3/4 Cape, which might have a window, a door in the center, and maybe 2 windows off to the side to kind of extend. And then a full Cape would have that door in the center, and then you would see 2 windows on both sides of that door. All right, let's talk about the advantages and disadvantages of each home style. First up, let's talk about some advantages of having a ranch style home. The biggest reason I hear from folks who are buying a ranch style, they want that single floor living. I mean, really, who wants to trudge groceries up tons and tons of stairs when you can just come in through your front door, your garage, right into your kitchen potentially, and just put your groceries away? It's a lot simpler versus going up multiple stairs or multiple levels if you have to. Think about it from a moving perspective too. Moving furniture in and out is a breeze because you've got a single level. I mean, imagine trying to maneuver mattresses around a staircase. It's not easy to do. Especially if it's a king or a California king size bed, it really can be challenging. But in a ranch style, it just makes it easier to move things in and move things out. Another advantage to a ranch home is maintenance. And what I mean by maintenance is because you have, let's say, a lower sloped roof, everything is almost at ground level that you're actually able to, if you needed to clean the gutters, for instance, it's really so much easier with a ranch to just get up onto that roof, and it's not sloped and it doesn't make it difficult to do any maintenance. A couple of disadvantages though with a ranch: if you have, let's say, a finished basement, maybe you have that raised ranch style or a walkout ranch, you might have a couple of your bedrooms down in that basement area. So with a walkout ranch or with a raised ranch, sometimes it's embedded into a hill, like if there's a hill on a property. So the front of the house might actually look like a ranch, but if you go to the back of the house, you might have another level because of how it's embedded or put into the ground. So you might have the potential for 1 or 2 bedrooms that might be in that basement area, even though it's not fully submerged into the ground. Some people might feel like, oh, these bedrooms are in the basement. I don't know how I feel about that. But if it's a single level with all those bedrooms and your living space on that main floor, that wouldn't be an issue. Another possible disadvantage with a ranch is just having everything on the main floor. You have your bedrooms, you have your living area, you have your kitchen on that main floor. Some buyers and some people just like separation. Maybe you like to have the bedrooms all on another level of the house. One other maybe disadvantage is just perception of a ranch. Sometimes when people think of a ranch, especially in our area, they might think it's actually a smaller architectural style. So until you see a ranch in person, you really have to see, oh, it actually has a lot of square footage, for instance. So it's important to keep that in mind as well. All right, let's talk about the Cape Cod style now. So what are some of the advantages and disadvantages? One advantage is definitely price point, and it's a great home for a starter home. Cape Cods can really be a great in or a great opportunity for you to purchase real estate because they're not necessarily overpriced. They offer all the conveniences that you might want and need. Another advantage is it just really can give you that nice cozy feel when you're inside of a Cape Cod home. The rooms tend to be a little bit smaller, the ceilings tend to be a little bit lower, but it just has that feel of comfort that some people actually really like. One other advantage to a Cape Cod style is most of your living space tends to be on that main level of the home. And sometimes, depending on the square footage of a Cape Cod, I actually might compare it against a ranch because you might find similar bedroom and bath counts as well as a kitchen on that main floor of both home styles. One major disadvantage that I hear from folks who look at Cape Cods, there's not really an area for a dining space or a dining room. You're typically going to have a living area, a wall with a kitchen, and a couple of bedrooms that would be on that main level. But is there potential to possibly expand a Cape Cod? Absolutely. Just like a ranch, you can do that with a Cape Cod as well. Another disadvantage could be just maneuverability. Like if you're moving furniture into a Cape Cod, especially in that upper section, if there's some bedrooms up there, maneuverability might be a little bit tough just because it tends to be a little bit more compact inside of a Cape Cod. All right, so when it comes to both styles here in Bergen County in northern New Jersey, you're definitely going to see a lot of Cape Cods. Ranches don't tend to be as prevalent, especially in Bergen County, but you'll definitely see more Cape Cods depending on the town that you're in. Both of these home styles can really provide opportunity to really expand up or expand out as well. And then with Cape Cods, depending on what's been done to a house and how modernized it's become, you might find price ranges here in Bergen County, say, I don't know, $350 to maybe $500, depending on where the town is. It really depends on how many bedrooms it has, what's been done to the house, and all the amenities that the house offers. You're not gonna see overblown prices. Also for ranches here in Bergen County as well as northern New Jersey, you're gonna have some smaller versions of a ranch. You might have a 3-bedroom ranch, for instance. Or you might have, let's say, a walkout ranch with more bedrooms potentially on a lower level, or a ranch that's just been extended over time. So there's definitely some ranches here in Bergen County. You definitely can find them in northern New Jersey. Not as prevalent as, let's say, a colonial or even a Cape Cod, for instance, but you definitely can find them. All right, so there you go, just some background and information on a ranch-style home as well as a Cape Cod-style home. Both home styles really can provide some great advantage. It really, at the end of the day, just depends on what you're looking for. Both offer a couple of similarities when it comes to, let's say, a single-floor living opportunity as well. Like I said up front, you might have a master as well as a second bedroom on that main floor, as well as your kitchen and living area of a Cape Cod. Very similar with, obviously, a ranch, because most of the living space is going to be on that main floor. Another advantage of both styles is, really depending on the size and what your budget is, really could be a great opportunity for you to invest in that first home in one of these styles. And you don't necessarily have to break the bank with either home style. So I want to thank you guys again for watching. I'm Bob Dzienis with eXp Realty. And if you have any questions whatsoever about real estate or just questions about Bergen County or northern New Jersey, go ahead and click below. There's my information for you. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. Shoot me an email, send me a text, or give me a call. I'd love to chat about how I can possibly help you or answer any questions that you have about this awesome area. Oh, and don't forget to click that like button for me, but also go ahead and subscribe, because every week I'll have new videos about anything and everything Bergen County, New Jersey, as well as northern New Jersey. Thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next week with my next video.